on the dollar.
Yep, that's exactly what's happening. So a lot of people are just not understanding. And then the war that's brewing right now, it's like I'm watching these podcasts and they're like, oh, it's inevitable that Bitcoin's just gonna go up to 1 million. Wall Street needs it. It's a Trojan horse. Wall Street don't need shit. Wall Street is looking at this and it's like, oh, Bitcoin's a great idea, but we can't control it. So at the end of the fucking day, we're not gonna fuck with it. We'll create our own rails, we'll create our own coin, we'll create our own world where we will constantly be bringing in fees and all types of things where we don't have to really control this through a company. And the miners of Bitcoin will start slowly dissipating as Bitcoin becomes less and less and less. And as long as there's no demand for Bitcoin to go to $1 million, meaning that you will have to start selling the Satoshis, because right now we're at max. The supply's out there. What's out in exchanges is probably like 2 million, 3 million coins. So there has to be a creation of Satoshi, which we try to do with ordinals. And they sat down, or the whole Bitcoin community fucking shitted on us. But ordinals are sitting at $4 per Satoshi right now. Your Satoshi is not $4. You know what I'm saying? That was creating the demand. That's what we needed for Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has looked at it and was like, no, that's not pumping my bag. That's pumping their bag. And that's where the disconnect gets fucked up.
On a second, my old lady's phone.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Chaka like a boom boom blah boom blah la blah. Ain't willing to be tested. Take all that design that shit off, and what do you have, bitch? You ugly as fuck, you out of pocket. 2 ATMs, we stepping on what? You out of pocket. Who they think they talk about us? Out of pocket. Who you think they copy of us? The world in the panic, the men in the rent, and the women are done. The market is crashing, the industry. Yep. Oh, yeah. Take off the foo-foo. Cloud chicks, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the money phone. Take off the car loans. Take off the flex and the white lies. Take off the weird ass Julian and take that step down to taking off top 5. Take off the fabricate streams and it's a real world outside. Take off your idols. Take off the runway. Take off the Cairo. Take off. Take off the false flag. Take off perfections. Take off the patch. Ooh. Take it off. Take off Dolce. Take off this Birkin bag. Take off all. What do you have, bitch? What? Ugly as fuck. You out of pocket. 218. What? We stepping on what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about us? Who you think they copy of us? The man in the is crashing the industry once. This ain't monopoly watching for love. This ain't monopoly. Y'all getting fucked. Whole facts. doing essential, done with the personal, done with the black and the right, the wrong and the right. Two ATMs, they stepping on what? Who you think they talk about us? Who you think they copy us, man? Swerving up the look, dancing in the jump. Hell up to the big steppers, never losing count. Venting in the safe house. Venting in the safe. Can I fill up my truth? I have nothing to lose. I got problems in the bank. My family suing whatever I make. Peace of mind on this dark road. I could give you knowledge if you listen. Just grind until you finish. Let's keep them out your business. They probably gonna frisk me, so I sneak in with that blicky. Then leave out with the bitches. Music, weed, and alcohol. I ain't have no sleep like 2 days, like I'm on Adderall. Took her home and had the ball breakfast with the Tylenol. When I take her home, I told my crib nigga not at all. Make me sick cause I'm a dog. We're the person to your bitch. Woo! With your purse, cause I'm a bitch. He but himself so easily comments when he see the pic. I act like I don't see the shit. Say they ain't fucking self. Or a beard your nigga drown to death. I mean my harm, I'm trying to help. A lot of these niggas is in the way. Time to give a game. But the working niggas are cocking in and working bone. I'm locking in. I'm more than one. I'm sparking bands. I don't know what you know. They're calling me twin. Then a motherfucker generation of women left and calling a hoe. Girls been not either. What? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Boy. What you know about having to sell your one of the cost to pay your lawyer off? No, how to same time I to pay my lawyer off. Go play with that money, your nigga. Save up that money, little nigga. Watch the niggas around you. Stay with the burner, your nigga. If you leave them alone and none of that mess in, cut like that. So I'm affecting a nigga. One play down, affected a nigga. Mm-hmm. Give you the game, nigga. Protect my nigga. Wrong. Oh, babe. The person code. And practically is getting exposed. You ain't running shit, man. You ain't even got your bitch in control. But I'm picking the zone. And that 4-5 sitting on the pole. 5 sitting to the pro. Man, tell me what your plans in life. You want to play the block, man? Show me what that nose candy like. Want to play the block? The nose candy like. Hand in white, nigga. Yo, hand in white, I'm taxing, but I'm getting that standing price. That down. I done sold crack and sold coke and I done sold weed. But I never sell my soul. Won't let these niggas control me. See Shorty over there looking at me like she wanna fuck. I'm thinking likewise. Likewise. I got a duffel on me, chip bang. Bullet, bullet. Yup, yup. Yup. Then you stir it. Then serve it. Think a op got murdered. I know that nigga's neighbors heard it. Ain't even shed a chill when the judge gave a verdict. As long as I don't come in last place, I'm good with all my earnings. I put 2 bitches on a Spirit flight. They feel like they're in paradise. Even though I made them share the pipe. It was never a campsite. But that chain on your whole gang, you niggas sharing ice. Bye. The Cold War has begun. Shut the fuck up. Guy came in lit. Look at fucking Bitcoin. That shit is time for time, man. Join the hype. Just don't buy things. Yeah, cause the motherfucker try. Fucking bullshit. This bullshit. Yup. Fucking government shutdown. This is great. Yo, this war. War at its finest, baby.
You are.
The code thing?
In your wallet. Doesn't have.
Don't you love it?
Put on, bro. Not gonna. No. You know, driving. Eating air and this shit. And I mean, I used to like was well deep. First time it went just now. Is that from your cracking from your creeping and when you get in like a priest, not what we know we we going and like where does it say the last press? Zero X what? Okay. It's OX 490. Verify. Order. Check. Let me jot that. 9. Does it have a dot and then the last X? 0. He has employee, right? Okay. It's people on. It's on cool. Well, one that never was me connected with a lot of things. Correct. Yes. Would be. And there's a person. It's one simple just a things we would have to be sick. And what gave that out and
Oh,
or whenever like if I'm it,
now that would make sense though. Oh shit, who's that? It's me, man. Mario.
it's a me, Mario. Hello. Mexico.
Hey.
I'm gonna go back further than that.
That was a rap song right there.
Yeah, then we go faster. You be hustling, getting trying to
Yeah,
get
yeah, they cracked you out real quick. They're like, oh shit, I gotta hurry up.
And then you be running fast as a bitch, and then all of a sudden, and you run into a fire, and just and got killed by the turtle. It's so intricate. It's fucking. I was digging like Bitcoin.
Yeah, the Bitcoin shit, bro. Like I'm studying, bro. Like I'm doing my shit right now. Like people battle right now, boy. This shit is getting crazy. Yeah, right now, government shut down again. They talking the whole government shutdown for January. Bro, these niggas are just fucking. What it is that they're prolonging the data so that they can keep on fucking with Jerome Powell. That's it. Like it.
But when the government shut down happened last time, and then they turned it back. That shit was only temporary, right?
Yeah, it was for 45 days, but that 45 days fucked up all the data. Like we didn't get a 45 days worth of data. You know what I'm saying? So that for investors, we were all shooting in the dark for those 45 days. Now they're trying to do the same thing, but they're doing this because of the interest rates. Like they want Jerome Powell to get nervous and to cut and to FOMO, and because he's doing everything based off of data.
Yeah, he's standing next to Trump, like in a speech like 2 days ago, and Trump was talking some shit, and they were both wearing.
Yo, bro.
And the little dude just kept shaking his head every time Trump said something, and Trump said some shit at the end, and then his head kind of like he was crazy.
Yeah, bro. I give it to him, bro. Like he's a little gangster because he's being threatened right now with basically going into jail and not, complying with president's orders. But he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like he's sticking to his plan.
Yeah, do that. I mean, at his age, like, what are you gonna lock me up? I'm old, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, but nobody want to be them type of dudes. Don't want to be sitting in no jail right now.
Yeah, that's true. Well, nobody.
Nah, I mean, some people, man. I know some niggas that go to jail for that dental plan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just to get their teeth fixed.
Yeah, bro. Like, it should be wicked.
Jada said that.
So, yeah, when you see it, man, it's like it's real. That's why I'm like, everybody got it backwards right now. They're like, yo, Bitcoin, and this is where you should be loading up. But from what I'm seeing right now is that this is where you should definitely not be loading up, because if you're loading up right here, I hope you're ready to take another 50% loss, because you're going to be sick. And I hope you got that money to DCA at that 50%. Don't come in, I know I'm going to do $100 when you were doing $10,000 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
So they're going to fucking make it to where, well, as it stands right now, the ramps, right? Like they're gonna be getting raped basically when they ramp.
So what they're trying to do right now is that they got this whole other sector called real world assets. What they're doing is that they're tokenizing the stock market, stocks, bonds, everything that they could. They're trying to have a 24-hour market so that they can collect fees on this market 24 hours, 7 days a week, or maybe 5 days a week. I haven't seen the 7 days a week yet, but I definitely seen 24/5. So they're trying to make more fees. With Bitcoin, nobody's purchasing Bitcoin. We announced that we had a strategic ass reserve, and everybody around the world laughed at us. Everybody around the world started buying gold. So we're the only ones, but we're not buying it. We're confiscating it. So we got to read the language properly and be like, and everybody's like, yo, Wall Street's going to need this. But realistically, they're not going to need it because they're already creating their own rails. They're already creating their off ramps, on ramps, everything. And they're going to create the commercials. They're going to create the FOMO. They're going to create the money, and money's going to start pumping in these networks, and it's going to leave Bitcoin boring for a minute. Why? Because Bitcoin's at war, and it was deemed to everybody to be first of all, damn, what was it deemed to be? Oh my God! What they keep on saying right now? Oh, the store of asset, the store value. That store of value shit is bullshit. That's killing the network. It's doing a whole bunch of things that's not helping the network at all. Then on top of that, it's known as a risk-on asset because nobody in the world is actually investing in the Bitcoin except Bitcoiners. Everybody else is like, and Bitcoiners are waiting for Wall Street to pump in their money. And Wall Street, they don't understand that Wall Street only needs it to go up 2%, 3%, and then they'll do this all day.
Okay, so flesh that and say it in a little bit of a different way, please. That's exactly what you said. So, because you were going a little quick there. Shit, I gotta stop clicking the computer and listen to you. Say it one more time, John.
All right, so right now, Bitcoiners definitely are shooting in the dark. The world has deemed Bitcoin as a risk-on asset. So they only Bitcoiners see it as a store of value.
Okay.
But realistically, it's not, because now we're about to break all of these things. Right now, if you do year to date right now, you are negative on the year. So with this microsailor saying that it's going up 30% every year, so far from 2024 to 2025, you guys are negative on the year. You're negative 9%. And if this keeps on going the way that it goes, you'll be negative 50% when the 4-year CAGR comes around. Yep.
By the time the plum comes. Yeah.
So that
wasn't this the same shit that they were saying where it's like the 4-year cycle?
Yeah, we were talking.
Cycle.
Yeah, October 31st, pretty much every metric that everybody used to measure up the happening and everything else was broken.
Yeah, because that was the all-time, and it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, it was supposed to just get started.
To go.
Yep.
Right. I mean, is that really considered breaking? I mean, yeah, it's breaking the cycle, but first of all, the fucking halving was never exactly a 4-year cycle to begin with. Second of all, you know that this just isn't a larger correction
because of Wall Street. Because this is the problem in everybody's head. In everybody's head, people believe that Wall Street needs this, but they don't understand that it took Bitcoiners 15 years to get Bitcoin to a $1 trillion market cap. It took 1 year for Wall Street to take it to $2 trillion. So who's really in control? So that's the issue. Yeah, that's the issue. And when you say they are, people got to understand who are they. They are in it for fees. They are in it for 1%, 2%, 3% gains. Because they're putting in $1 billion as a hedge firm. They're putting in $1 billion or $100 million as a sovereign person. Like, these are traders. They see the opportunity of the volatility. They take advantage of that opportunity. So that's what they're going to do. So them bringing in $1 trillion into an asset is just them putting $1 trillion over our asset and being able to say, hey, we are going to slowly milk this $1 trillion out of this asset. And then they build, and make money on it. Then they build, when we get down to, like, let's just say Bitcoin, I'm just saying, don't quote me on it, but just saying Bitcoin goes down to 20K, but it takes 4 years to get down to 20K. It's like a slow, brutal grind down. It makes everybody turn off. Store wealth thing gets destroyed. Everything gets destroyed. Nobody believes in it no more, whatever. Then they pump it up again. Why? Because they've been accumulating. And they build the narrative. And now they like, oh, Bitcoin's going back into sovereignty. And, oh, you better get in right now. This is it. Everybody's FOMOing. And everybody puts in their hard-earned money. And then they just rug pull them again.
Right. The same way Trump did his fucking loyalists, the fucking Trump, and he did it to him.
Well, Trump had a plan. Basically, he used all that money to fund the USD coin that he was creating because he knew that he was going to imply stable coins. So he basically funded his stable coin, and then his stable coin, what they did in the background is that, we can't give this dude that much power because he made $3 billion in the crypto market in 1 year. So they were like, we can't do this. Like, CZ took forever to make that billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga made $3 billion in that 1 year. So they're looking at it, and that's why CZ and all of these things went down on October 10th, where they depegged his currency, his dollar currency, and it had a whole bunch of leverage behind it, and it flushed out those leverage tickets. But this is what people...
Didn't he have a dinner with, like, before he launched in Trump coin?
Mm-hmm.
He had, like, a dinner. A bunch of, like, privately invited people, and these were people that had millions of dollars to throw behind it. And fucking, they launched the coin. The coin started at, like, 50 cents, and he had this, like, private dinner with all these very wealthy people. And all these wealthy people agreed that they were a bunch of money into the coin, which shot the fucking value up to whatever it was, $50 a Trump.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then fucking all of his little followers and minions that TV and think that they're gonna get rich because cares about them and shit. They went and bought it at $47 or $46 or whatever it was, thinking it was gonna go to $200 or $300. And as soon as the little guys started buying in $45 $47, all them people that price up to $50 a coin, 100 people that were at this private dinner party, they all fucking dumped that little bit of profit off of all of that amount of people, and they all got fucking rug pulled.
Yeah,
That's what I thought he did.
Yeah, that's what he did. But he took those proceeds and then they invested into their stable coin. Their stable coin launched in the back of Binance, and then Binance had it leveraged to a whole bunch of leverage options contracts in the back on Bitcoin. And then
What do you mean? He made his own stable? Are you talking about USDT or?
No, what? Oh my God, what is it? I think it's USD. USD. Damn, bro, what's the Trump stablecoin? No. Hold on, I got you right now. Stablecoin. World Liberty Finance. What was the stablecoin? There's a stablecoin on World Liberty Finance. I think it's USD. I think it's USDE, USDT or USDTE. I think it's USDE.
World Liberty. I forgot. It's a T.
So yeah, I think it's
USD1.
Yes.
USD1.
Yeah, it was depegged October 10th. It was depegged, and that's what caused this liquidation on Bitcoin. That's the reason why we are at the price that we're at right now. It's not because of anything else. It's just because we depegged the whole entire price that was being held up towards that dollar.
It says here on Coin Telegraph, Trump World Liberty brings 3.4 billion stablecoin into crypto lending 23 hours ago.
Yep. Yo, bro, no, nothing's gone, bro. That's what I'm saying. Money doesn't disappear, it shuffles.
The new World Liberty market launched Monday allows users to buy online digital assets according to Bloomberg platform USD.
Yep.
World Liberty's US dollar-backed stablecoin. It's covered in WL. So
it's not because these dudes are building the rails for the new financial system. That's what they're doing. This is the plan. They're going to merge the current financial system with our crypto financial system, not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin
merge it all together so they can fucking do their same old tech.
Yes. And people are sitting here like, oh, this is so bullish. It's so bullish. It's bullish for them. It ain't bullish for us, dummy. And if you don't know where to fucking invest your fucking money, you're going to get waxed in this whole thing. And if you think that Bitcoin's a fucking store of wealth right now, man, God bless your little heart, because they're about to rip your fucking savings away from you 1 year at a time.
So if you were a smart person, what would you take advantage of the day or make a shit ton? Can't, because you don't have a massive amount of assets to fucking allocate to take a 3% gain. Is there some way that with this knowledge, sovereign person could take 5, 10?
Well, I'm not the brightest bulb. I'm not the brightest bulb in the room. But right now, what I'm looking at world economic wise is that everybody around the world is invested into the United States. They either hold our debt or they got investments in our real estate, stock market, whatever. They got investments in us, right? So right now, Trump being able to say that he wants the Fed to cut interest rates show that the Fed has no independence. No independence shows that everybody around the world that we can manipulate our money. This is hence the reason why everybody's starting to accumulate gold. Now, we the only ones that are selling our people this and that and this because we're on the attack right now. We're starting to steal the oil. We're starting to steal gold. Because remember, Elon Musk went in there, said, yo, let's do an order to Fort Knox, came out with a black eye. You know what I'm saying? This was on national TV. Try to say that his son punched him in his face. So at the end of the day, like I said, man, the wars are written. They're going to move into another financial system. And even Trump said it. We're paying them off with a little bit of crypto. It doesn't matter. A little bit of crypto. Like, because he understands that he could build this and make this money out of thin air and be able to give this shit to them and be like, yo, this is it. And we got better interest rates. That's why he wants to put his cronies in there, to put the interest rates in there so they can start borrowing. But what's going to happen is that's going to cause more inflation. So this
is just doing the same old. They're doing the same old thing.
Yeah, bro. It's
just crypto into it.
Yeah.
So that way they get you no matter which way you go.
But the point is that they want to show that they could take over the Fed so that they could do away with the Fed. So when they do away with the Fed, now all the banks like JP Morgan and everything don't have to respond to the Fed. What they do is they respond independently. So now they control their interest rates, but their interest rates and their stable coins, because they will be able to have their own dollars now. So JP Morgan will have their own dollar, will be all tied into bonds and treasuries anyways. So we're still propping up the system, but people are not understanding the shuffle and the okie doke of this.
Right. It sounds like more of the same fucking inventing money from thin air.
But that's what crypto is. Like, they tell you, yo, it's mining and then it's all electricity and shit like that. But there's things that you plug into your wall that wastes electricity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so Bitcoin was just that phenomenon, and they shut everybody up because there was a dollar sign behind it. So as long as it was making money, and I was the dumbass in the room that kept telling you about Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin went up, now I'm the smartest motherfucker in the room. Like that it created that effect on people's mentality. Even we see it today. Everybody thinks they're fucking genius, but nobody's rich off of Bitcoin, right? Unless you fucking trading that shit, unless you doing something, because they're just like keep on DCAing. DCA, just DCA right now. Don't worry. Bro, when are you going to get rich? When are you going to see that there is an opportunity and that you have to put your money to work? And if you just leave it in there, they are robbing you for your time. It isn't nothing about no money. Nobody cares about money. It's how long could I have these motherfuckers controlled underneath my thumb and that attention is paying me.
Yeah.
It's all about time. You're never getting the time back. You're over here working for them. You're doing things for them. All this thing is for them. You building them. Like I tell everybody, in Florida, there's this guy named Flagler. He built the whole goddamn city of Florida. His name is plastered everywhere. It's on streets. He got statues everywhere. But what do you think? He had this whole entire city built, and now his family lives off of this city and everything it produces. For the rest of their fucking lives. Meanwhile, we're sitting here working, talking about, oh, we're going to get a pension, but we get priced out of our pension and we still got to work when we fucking over 70 anyways.
Yeah, well, I think the little guy they never intended for us to be able to retire. We're
because
working until the day that our no longer.
Yeah, because the new demographic of people are moving on to a rental-based thing, and they're fine doing that because they're so lazy now. Now, DoorDash and fucking Netflix, and now you're gonna get a computer that's a Chromebook, and you're never gonna be able to get hard drives or anything no more. They want you to upload everything to the fucking cloud. Like, this is it. This is it. Mass surveillance. And everybody's blinded. Bro, they're never going to give up their power. This is what they do.
Yeah, they fucking. It's like watching a magician do a magic trick. He's like showing you.
Facts, bro. Facts. Straight facts. Everybody's looking at the shiny object. Oh man, look at Infinity. Look at the gold. Look at this. Look at that. Everybody's just hype. Everybody's a fucking genius right now. Why is everybody a genius? And everybody's arguing because we're at an all-time high in everything. We're at an all-time high in stock market, commodities, bonds, everything. So everybody's like, yeah, we're a fucking genius. But the people who are smarter, like, yo, this is a triple bubble. This is worse than 2008. This is worse than what anybody has ever fucking thought about in their fucking life. Like, if this shit comes popping and crashing down, it's over.
Is it going to be a total financial collapse?
Facts. But they want that.
Yeah, but so if that happens, then how do the people that have wealth retain their wealth? If there's a full collapse financially, then won't the people that hold wealth now be wealthy?
Because the stock market will recover. There were when it's so bloody, like when everybody looks at Bitcoin right now and it's like, oh, it's so bloody and everybody's scared to buy Bitcoin and they're buying it right now. That's the most dumbest person in the world because it's not bloody enough for me to buy it, you know? So that's how they're thinking of it. They're like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter because when the system melt down, they already position themselves in the new system, which is this crypto system. Hence why they're robbing people, doing everything. It's unregulated still. The rules are coming down 2026. People don't even know that all the CBDs for all the countries are coming out within this year. So that's the banks trying to do their own thing. And then all we need to do is just take out the Fed on our end. And that shows everybody else in European and the Bank of Japan and all that shit that we don't need them niggas no more. But some people don't want to leave their system. Some people want to get out of that system because they know that we fully control it. And there's just a lot of moving circle parts that go into this shit that people are not really paying attention. They kind of like gravitate towards one thing and they don't know what that one. They only look at that as like that's the biggest catalyst right there. And it's like there's a million other things that are leading to this. Even right now, the wars that are going on, like there's a lot of wars and they're just brewing up. They're not telling us nothing. The protests in Iran right now, our feeds are quiet. And everybody in Nosta's like, but it's quiet for a reason. Why? Because niggas ain't using Nosta.
Right.
They're really dealing with problems. Like people are dying. Nobody gives a fuck about this shit.
Nobody does care. Like Nostr was cool when it came out, like the idea of it and all that, but it ain't. It's not even anybody's life.
It has the possibility, but it's a money grab. As long as there's money involved in it, people are gonna want to do things for money. I build this for money. I do this for money.
Absolutely.
And that's the reason why, you know, it was perfect. Satoshi gave everybody this gift for free in a world of greediness. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Satoshi, everybody knows what it was, how it was. They just refuse. So this been going back since the fucking Jewish mafia days. They've been trying to create this because the Jewish mafia is who sold the current system to the fucking people, to the government. So he was always on a quest to create a system that was better than the system that he sold to the government so that he can always be on top of the world. And then he passed away, and then that David, what the fuck is his name? David Chum. You know, he tried to do it. He tried to do it with Bitcash or whatever it was. But what was the fucking shit that he did? DigiCash. He tried to do it with that, and then he open sourced it. And then everybody knows the only person who could have done this was Len Sassaman. Because it was like, yo, you were the only one that was able to put together Tor anonymously. And Tor's network is what makes Bitcoin work because of the time stamping. And it's just so much stupery. And it's like when you talk to people, it's like, yo, they meet you with resistance. And it's like, yo, fuck you. And it's like, can you bring better evidence? So it's like, bro, it's a lot. And these people are really being gamed. And they're like, yo, Bitcoin was never, ever, ever in the 9 white pages that have dropped with Bitcoin. Remember, all these books are opinions. Somebody read the 9 white pages and they were like, I'm going to drop the Bitcoin standard so everybody understands. Or I'm going to do fucking whatever the transsexual woman's doing right now, book and shit like that. Like, they're doing their own spin-off of what they fucking interpret from these 9 pages. The real 9 pages is a peer-to-peer transactional system. It says nothing about store wealth. It says everything about store your keys.
Right. To where you custody your transaction.
Yes, but not store your wealth. And that's what it is. It's a transactional system, and we're using it backwards. We're actually killing the system by thinking that it's a store of wealth and that we're not using it. Now the miners are just mining the itty bitty bitcoins that they're getting. There's no transactions on the blockchain. There ain't nothing. Everybody sees it.
Right.
It's fucking cobwebs in this shit. So when that Bitcoin becomes worthless or useless to mine, then nobody wants to deal with this system. The system fragility starts degrading.
So you're basically, what you're saying is that paper and the same functionality that like the Chung, whatever that was before Bitcoin. I remember that. The genius part had nothing to do with storing value or anything like that. The genius part of it was like solving the double spend problem, the way that the transactions are done.
Yep.
And that's the good part, but it still depends on what actual are you using this transactional framework to move around. And they're not taking control of the network or the way that the transactions are done. They're taking control of the asset.
Mm-hmm.
So it really doesn't matter if Bitcoin white paper and the transactions of the double spend and
that all it was for that. It was capability of you doing that on the internet, and that's it. It wasn't hold it and that you're gonna be able to use this one day, and one day one Bitcoin is gonna be worth $1 million when a dollar is worth absolutely nothing right now. Like the logic is
taking the same thing and plug the dollar to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a framework for conducting transactions without there being.
Yes. And then if you look at what I'm actually saying, that David Lasserman really died after the last time Satoshi ever came around, which was 2011, when there was 128 million coins uploaded to the blockchain. Even though there was only 21 million. So this is what I'm saying. Like, people got ChatGPT got it wrong. If you ever be like, oh, did Bitcoin ever get hacked? No, they'd be like, no, it was a bug. It wasn't a hack. No, nigga, that was a hack. They added 128 million coins. Satoshi had to roll back the motherfucking chain. Same thing that they did in Ethereum, but they criticized Ethereum because they don't know. They wasn't in Bitcoin that time.
So explain to me this whole little hack situation.
Somebody found the exploit to add 128 million coins to the blockchain. Satoshi had already disappeared and took his leave. When they found out and they discovered this, he had to come back and roll back the blockchain and set it right and then disappear again. So that was his coming back saying, hey, I'm still around. But realistically, he died that year.
After he did the fix.
Yes. So how
did he manage to roll the entire?
Oh, because it was still small enough where he controlled most of it, so he was able to just do that. So now that gets into the mumbo jumbo of the computer part, which I'm not 100% aware of, but I know that went down.
Right.
That's proven and factual that he had came back. That there was 128 million coins on the blockchain. He had to come back, reverse the blockchain, and put it back to normal where nobody could do that.
Is there any information available? He was able to pull it off.
Yeah, there should be a little bit. There should be, for sure. You should be able to research everything that I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm just curious. Like, if you and did he do a 51% attack?
I'm not sure what he did. I just know that I think he found the exploit within transactions and he was able to like edit shit.
Yeah, so he like illegitimately sent himself 40 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's something stupid. Yeah, like.
Hold on, let's check this shit.
Yeah, check it, because you guys are into the more deving and the more. So I'm the trader part, but my job is to make sure that this shit is authenticated, that it isn't a Ponzi scheme, that it isn't what everybody keeps on buying because everybody keeps on saying the same thing every time when you go into a fucking chat room. So you know, man, like I said, man, I really have studied. I really done my research. You know, I've been in this for a long time, and you know, I just be trying to tell people like, yo, you got to critically think because Wall Street is not gonna ever just bow down. The powers that be are not gonna bow down. They're not gonna say, oh, Bitcoin's around, we can't stop it. That's it. It's over. We're melting.
Mm,
Especially when they created everything around Bitcoin, including electricity.
ChatGPT is saying that there was never a real event. 40 million bitcoins inserted into the blockchain.
Tell them in 2011. Wait. This is perfect. Tell them in 2011 there was an incident where there was more Bitcoin than 21 million.
Good way to describe it. And,
Just do it that way because ChatGPT, this is what I'm saying. They be lying to you and they be getting everybody to buy this Bitcoin bullshit. And then when you check it on it, it's like, oh yeah, you're right. There was a
look, it's like, yeah, there was a real Bitcoin where way more than 21 million briefly showed up on the ledger, but it wasn't a hack where someone kept them or
yeah.
Satoshi rolled back the chain later in a governance. It's like some people imagine. Here's the straight up technical breakdown. On August 15, 2010, Bitcoin suffered a value overflow. Transaction block number 74,638 created 184 billion coins. Two addresses were credited with 92.2 billion BTC because of a flaw in the code that didn't check for an integer over. This wasn't some slow, months-long spell pack. It was a single block with an invalidly large input that slipped through technical validation fix. Within a few hours, developers, including Satoshi Nakamoto, Jeff Bezos, patched Bitcoin Core to reject transactions that would overflow or excuse. The network effectively reorganized chain nodes that upgraded rejected the invalid block and instead built on the last block before it. What it looks like from the outside is kind of like rolling back the chain a few blocks. But the reason it worked is that miners and nodes upgraded in consensus and abandoned the invalid chain. There was no central rollback. Nothing like Ethereum's DAO rollback where a policy decision was made later. This was a rapid consensus reaction to a clear invalid state according to upgraded rules. Why nobody actually got extra BTC. Those 184 billion coins never became part of the canonical Bitcoin today.
That's
The
fact.
chain containing that bad was orphaned once miners adopted the path. And the valid chain overtook the invalid one. So in today's blockchain, they simply just don't exist.
Yep. I mean, they did a good job, but it happened. And everybody tries to cover it up. And they try to do all of that shit. And yeah, and even ChatGPT is trying to downplay the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, yeah, nah, it wasn't like that. But it was like that because we were taught to believe that this was impenetrable. Like it was never gonna happen. But it happened one time. So everybody gotta be on point. And now what are they doing? They control miners. They control all these fucking entities around them, especially if they have a stock around them, like all these Bitcoin companies and shit like that. Like these companies are buying 5% of these stocks in the background. Like, yo, we control you. We dump it. We control your price. Like, we control your shit. 5% is the golden key. So it's like, man, it's so much manipulation, so much shit. And I'm like, yo, I'm rooting for Bitcoin. Like, and the government's in the position, like, if it does, like, if some miraculous way it does, like, they'll be in a position to be number one. Especially with Michael Saylor. They'll just probably shoot him in the head and just take his whole stash. Like,
These fucking cats, man. I mean, up here, bro. Sliding glass in our bedroom. And we had one cat, three cats, in the neighborhood cats. became adopted, and now.
Man. Right now, people just gotta be on point, man. And even on the charts, I keep telling people on the charts on the weekly, look, money flow at one point when everything was all fine and juicy at $109,000 and shit like that. What area was that? Yeah, 109. Come on, man. This like $109,000 and shit like that. Yo, the money was at literally 39. The money sitting at 5 right now, and the VWAP is sitting above that 5 right now, ready for another push down. When the last time that the money flow went into a red situation was in 2022 April, when we went into a situation, and then that literally took us down from there. That was our bear market, April 2022, because everybody got hyped and they were like, we're going back up. That was 63% drop. So even right now, we get a 63% drop right now. That will fucking kill everybody. That's pretty much like 37K.
So would it be safe to say it might be smart to short Bitcoin?
I mean, you gotta understand how to short it and have your full game plan out there. But yeah, honestly, man, it's literally coming down to that. Right now, everything with Bitcoin is news-based. If everybody notices that we're waiting for CPI numbers, we're waiting for Trump to cut interest rates, we're waiting for this.
And we never did before. That shit didn't matter because
it was its own thing. And this is what I'm saying. It's controlled by Wall Street because Wall Street can't put money to work without it understanding what it is to do, the cost of doing business. That's that, and our interest rates is what it is, the cost of doing business.
Right.
So it's like, man, like nobody sees this, and they're just like, yo, yeah, I got it. It's like nothing. Bitcoin, just buy. But buy. Are you ready right now? And this ain't even nothing. Like this could. Every time an ETF was around, the reason why gold and silver are pumping right now is because these banks that have been going down last year, years before that, everything have had contracts of silver that they had to let go. The contracts of silver have not been to a 1-to-1, meaning 1 ounce, 1 contract. It's been 100 contracts to 1 ounce. So now people are getting called on these ounces, and banks are being called on these ounces talking about they want to take delivery. So
why? Because they did like a fractional reserve with the actual silver?
No, because they've been doing paper trading.
Right.
So
yeah, instead of keeping it at a 1-to-1 ratio, they're basically leveraging something and saying because they have one of it, they're loaning out 100 of that one thing, but they don't actually hold it.
Correct.
They can't. If they were called, they wouldn't be able to meet the call.
Yep, they wouldn't be able to deliver the silver.
Right.
So
it's the same old shit that they've been doing since day one.
So the ETFs have helped in stagnating silver, gold, and all the metals to keep it under the powers that be control. Now they're getting out of control because the banks are collapsing one by one because they're doing greed. That's why the M2 money supply is pumping, because it's getting put into banks. It's not getting put into the public. It's being put into the banks to patch up these cracks. But the cracks are exploding faster than what anybody could deal with.
Just need a secure strategy on that.
I mean, look, you got to look at what the future is. What's going to happen? America been at 150 years of contraction. I mean, expansions, excuse me. So 150 years of expansion. We might go through a contraction phase. Everybody looked at the 2008, the Black Monday, the Depression, and everything as these were dips and opportunities, and that the market was going to keep on going. But now we're at like 150 thing, and all of everything that we ever dreamt of investing at is literally at all-time highs right now. So it's like we're at this we're at this bubble where the new generation can't afford anything, not housing, can't afford stocks, can't afford food, can't afford shit. So
right. I understand that.
So now prices have to adjust because there is no more capital to move. And especially if we're going to do this interest rate cut and show people that we can manipulate this thing, and they might buy it if we do like 0.25. You know what I'm saying? Like if we gradually do a cut, they might buy it. But like if we aggressively do a point cut, like 1 point, bro, that shows that we got too much control over our shit. So people are not gonna like that. So they start dropping our debt, which makes things already harder because we have AI that is replacing. People are getting fired, and what do you think? Companies' earnings are staying stagnant. They're staying stagnant because they're being replaced with AI. They're not being replaced with that. And this is what we're seeing with these data numbers. That we're seeing that people are being, like jobs are and job claims are being on a rise. We're seeing that people are in a state of not knowing they're being able to do anything. Like it's over. Like
right. Like it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna become it's not gonna be feasible. Like the money has to go somewhere, right? So ultimately, the money comes from the people that do the work.
yes, and tomorrow we have core retail sales that are coming in, which basically is measuring if the general public is actually buying things, like if they're just buying goods, if they're consuming. But yes, once those numbers come in and they start seeing that, this starts edging us closer and closer and closer. Because right now, Jerome Powell or all of us just realized that he doesn't need a cut next month or this month. So he possibly is not going to cut. So
that would be bad for the market.
Well, that would be okay. That would continue the market shenanigans.
Right.
So that would keep the market, what we're calling exit liquidity. That would keep it pumping and bringing in the hope, because retail is always going to buy these candles going up. Wow. Real investors are literally selling into those candles.
Right.
So there's a difference. Yeah, so like BlackRock and all of these dudes never sell or never ever sell on a red candle. They always sell on a green candle because they understand that the momentum's going in their favor.
Right. People think that they're buying the dip, and what they're really buying else is pump.
Yep, and not necessarily buying the dip necessarily, but when they're buying the overall pump into that, what they're actually doing is feeding the exit liquidity.
Right, they're feeding the profit of the person that initiated that sequence.
Because the person who bought, he bought literally at $16,000. So right now he's sitting in huge profit.
A deal. Hey, you think that you're getting some fucking huge deal at 82, but the shit that you're actually purchasing was purchased originally at 16.
Yo, you get it, bro. So at the end of the day, when people say, yo, it's bloody and this is where I like to buy at, yo, you're fucking asshole. And if you got a following that follows that bullshit, you got people FOMO buying right now and becoming exit liquidity because they can't feed it. They have to do it in iceberg orders. They have to do it in block orders. So they can't just say, I'm going to dump 1,500 Bitcoin like that. Nobody does that. They do 50 Bitcoin on the pump, another 50 Bitcoin on the other pump. Hence why it's staying right here. Look, in 2017, if you zoom out, we did that. When we were going in our bear market, we stayed in one stagnant range from what? From February 18th all the way to May. And then we broke down in June. And then we stood there all the way until November, and then we broke down, and then we fucking stood all in that range until March of 2019, and then we broke out. So like we can play stagnant and then break, and then everybody's buying that. They're buying into that, and the real smart players are like, yo, we're gonna take it. It looks like the market is gonna take it right back down to test where the ETF was purchased at. The ETF. The ETF was approved on January 2024. The candle that they're most likely going to test is $49,000 and 36. The high of 49 and the low of 36. So this is what traders that are fake trading and doing some bullshit and don't know how to actually put together the data and do anything. This is why they're getting waxed, and they're looking for any fucking little thing to, because they have a bias in their head. They don't understand what's the actual logic behind anything of what's going on. And then when you understand the logic of this and how money travels throughout the world and travels throughout these categories of investment areas, then you can capitalize on saying like, yo, Bitcoin's gonna go up, but Bitcoin's a risk asset. What is the logic on it going up right now? We're in damn near World War III and it's down. That was a narrative. Oh, if we ever go to war, Bitcoin's just gonna shoot up to the fucking moon. Like, that's it. Well, so these dudes has been wrong for 15 years. Now everybody has to shut the fuck up, and now they're sitting in their house, they're creating a new narrative. But this is it. Wall Street's in here.
They're sitting in their house, they're creating their new narrative.
You know what I'm saying? So now Wall Street's in this, but now it's different because I've been telling dudes like, yo, I come from that Wall Street, that background of Wall Street. They're gonna smack the fuck out of Bitcoiners, especially if Bitcoiners don't start trading. These hodlers are just my floor. I just know for a fact I can't go past $16,000, $25,000. I can't go past because all the hodlers are holding back there. And that's what also other people don't understand is 25,000. If you're a hodler, then that's the literal price of Bitcoin. This $94,000 is due to trading.
Right. It really only matters what you where did you get it?
So the hodlers, that's why Wall Street's like, oh, this is all traders, then we could wash all these traders, and then we could bring it down to where the hodlers is at and threaten them.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna win at their own.
And they create the narrative. They're sitting on Twitter, they're pumping it and having 1 million likes, and they got everybody opening up their Twitter that are sitting on algorithms. This is the other fuckery part. And everybody has their own algorithm tailored to them that's giving them some type of bullshit. And yo, it's a perfect strategy to divide and conquer the United States people. And that's what it is. Like everything we told not to do, we doing right now. We were told not to get into cars with strangers. We were told not to fucking we were told not to motherfucking talk about politics. We were told not to talk about your investments. Now this is what we do. And all it does is create a fight.
If one man touches another man, that's fucking gay shit. Like, why did we do everything that we was wrong?
Because we gave up.
Is it okay? Like you can't call it. This other person thinks they're a two-headed feline spirit beast, and you gotta respect that.
Yo, bro.
Back when I was coming up, these people were called mentally fucking ill.
But that's what it is. That we're told to do this.
I don't know how we arrived at a place where, in the past, all these people like. I don't really give a fuck people's sexual orientations and shit. Now, where in the past we would have looked at those people and been like, the reason why that person, their tits off and da is because they're mentally in the head. Now you're not allowed to say that. You give them some kind of fuck.
Yeah. You gotta respect that mental illness.
They have their own culture and they have their right. This fucking two-spirited fluid gender. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, bro, this shit just gets big. These are all subcategories of the mind manipulation that everybody's pulling up people. And if people just keep, and that's what I'm saying, like right now, we're all being sold a lie. We're all being distracted for real. And everybody, it's not their fault. They just don't have the knowledge or the intellectual to even formulate the question to ask, what the fuck is going on? They ask what's going on, but they
always ask the question of, is it that this shit, the whole circus keeps continuing to get more and more outlandish. And the more and more outlandish that the shit gets, the more acceptable it is.
Yeah, because it's more and more liberatism.
Well, you finally answered the question for me just sitting here talking to you. The reason why the shit is getting more and more outlandish and it's more and more accepted to be outlandish and escalating out of control is because financially,
exactly. Where'd you go? I lost you. Yo, yep.
They're pulling some equal financial scam. Always going.
Yep. Bro, that's exactly what it is. Right now, they're just doing this okey doke and they're getting everybody in their feelings. Feelings doesn't pay bills. They understand that. And they understand that as long as everybody's in their feelings, they will refuse to pay attention to the actual thing and look at it with logic. They're looking at it with bias, meaning that they're picking sides and they're causing their own wars. So people need to wake the fuck up and realize that, you know, I'm not the enemy. You not the enemy. Nobody around you's the motherfucking enemy. These dudes has been pulling our strings. They've been infiltrating our education system. Like, you know, Warren Buffett, as much as I admire the dude, you know, he funded a lot of our education system back in the day. And I think that's the sole reason why we don't get taught finances or any type of math that could help us actually succeed in life. Like, we're taught to do everything backwards. We're taught to be in debt. We're taught to do it this way. Like, and everybody's like, just get debt. Just get debt and be a billionaire like me. Like, how much debt you got? $1 billion? I got $1 billion worth of debt. Like, it's like ridiculous what people preach and how they preach it. And you know, we've been falling for it for our whole goddamn life, like including myself. Like, but it's time for people to like kind of like wake up and realize, like, you know, they are switching the system and they're not switching the system to the system that everybody believes is like the most favorable. Man, he left. It is what it is. And they big was coming out of that 10-day. Weekly 10-day. I'm sorry, Bitcoin, but I have to stay in that short. next zone. What we don't want to do. But mode here. Volumes. Feel bad, baby. Really don't feel bad, baby. This is our time frame. You know, that's just looking at. That's some of that, because that gets a little dangerous. Down here, 58. Down 54. So, daily, I'm taking it. Hopefully, he was cracking. Doubt it. I do hope you. What is going on? We got our mid first break zone. I definitely hope you understand that. Man, I'm missing something. Where the fuck daily fit? Like yeah, I think I'm missing something. But either way, this is the old value area. Fib is say say it is like this will be another fair value zone. Pull it from here, but strong POC for this whole range. I believe. Yeah, the volumes traded in this area. So yeah, you would treat this area as if price gets rejected out of this value area zone. Old value area high. So if we get rejected out of this zone, we'll most likely get accepted back into this zone. Ideally, we would want to just really just quick into that and be able to, you know, even if we get rejected, we want to wick real quick into this zone and then pop back up and then try to get back into our own zone. You know, obviously there's going to be volatility, but ideally we want to get back into that zone. So, but if we don't, then people got to understand that we get accepted back into this zone, you know, there's a POC in here, which I don't got charted out for you guys, but I'll get it all charted out and everything. But there's a POC within this area, and price acts like a magnet. Now, if it bounces off the POC, great, boom, takes it back up, grabs all them tickets, all that free money that's sitting within that range, and then gets back into our regular value area, then hallelujah, we could be good. But the way things are looking, kind of right, they're looking a little sus. So definitely tell you guys be a little bit more on the leery side. But yeah, and if we break the POC, obviously the best place to come down is to a value area low. So, and right now this is just a rough draft. I gotta pull it up and do everything properly. I think I will pull it from here to make. That's more of a pull of this swing. Looks better. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta chart this out a little bit better for you guys, but regardless of the fact, that's the old area zone. So it looks like we got a guess. Yes.
She
Got a
said
guess.
Exxon's getting excluded from the oil, man.
Oh yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, bro. It's getting crazy, bro. Because it's also a lot of cartel shit, a lot of shit that's going down with the police, everything. So a lot of shit is just unraveling right now.
Damn, Exxon's truth telling Venezuela shows the risk of lawsuit. Bet you Exxon's probably.
Yo, bro, everything's about to dump. To be honest with you, like nothing. What's gonna pump is gold because everybody's uncertain. Um, Housing's gonna come down. Everything's gonna come down. You know, the dollar might even pop. Might not even be worth anything. They might try to transition us into a CBDC or some type of cryptocurrency, especially if they could do away with the Fed and privatize banking. So there's a couple of things that they're doing, but that doesn't mean anything. That just means that we're gonna have to start stimulating our economy, and we're in no position to stimulate. It's gonna take us at least 15 years to stimulate our economy. Well, maybe we could do it a little faster, but you know, without procrastinating and shit like that, let's just give it a hopium number of maybe 10 years before we can start mining silver out of the ground, pulling oil out of the ground, creating jobs, bringing manufacturing back, doing all of this shit. And that's if tomorrow, because tomorrow the Supreme Court rules if Donald Trump tariffs are deemed funny business, yeah, unconstitutional, whatever everybody wants to say, whatever word that they're looking for. Like, if they deem it that, then they give it down to Congress, and Congress will deal with that. And this is where it starts getting a little bit chunky monkey type shit.
They're talking too about the shit that he did with blowing up the boats. Is technically they're basically saying that they're looking at the fact that what he did was actually like illegal. In Parliament or whatever, over across the water, they were talking about that shit, and they were like, he can't go around the world and impose his will, totally go underneath law and nations' sovereignty. Part of the agreement of nations and the way that consensus of the word so sad even exceeds the ability of us. It's disproportionate.
I mean, we find out tomorrow if he's really overstepping his boundaries. If he is overstepping his boundaries, because I'm definitely in the realm of I'm still learning what the fuck is going on right now. Like, I'm really writing this shit down. I'm trying to pass this shit on to my kids so that they don't alter the history books and shit like that. Like, I'm handwriting this shit. Like, yo, this is what's going on every day.
And you kind of made me want to get like a machine and fuck make us relieve my
Yo, it's just knowing that we're moving into a digital economy, and they want to control every digital rail of this economy. Even down to the grocery prices tags that are gonna be on our thing. They're gonna be digital grocery price. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like,
well, absolutely. I look at the evolution of money as a whole. What they did is basically this could be part of a larger objective too. Like the same way that coins were original, we did it when we became first civilized. Then it turned into paper notes and obviously precious metals and things. It's the evolution.
yeah, the
So
digital.
now, yeah, there won't be any such a thing as an actual paper bill or so, but this could be part of a larger scheme. Like they saw that crypto and fucking transactions done digitally, which you have to achieve.
Yep.
You can't block transaction raw to make money. Nothing. Basically, they're still able to accomplish, but they foresaw that this change would happen. They're going to move their manipulation tactics and same old fucking tools that like the reserve, all of that shit, cyclical debt, and then they're going to move away from the tangible. I mean, think about what a fucking bond or a treasury note or whatever, those things, they're not, they are digital in a way of thinking, really exists. I mean, and shit, gave my grandma, I'm sure they would still honor them. But if you hold X amount of bonds in this, that, the third, yeah, you get official into papers delivered to your office that shows that you own it, but it's still a digital thing. It's digital. Really carry around a paper fucking document with like still stamp on it, still in a watermark. Says, yeah, man, I really do have $1 million.
Yeah,
Right here,
that's why we're lacking in that infrastructure right now. So we need to, make these bigger data centers. We need to do all of this. So that's where the money is going to be moving into: data centers, cybersecurity, shit like that. Because
data.
yep,
Yeah. Well, because all technology is also curving exponentially in a data-driven way. The, all of our financial, all of everything that inherently has a value to it. If it has value to it, then it has to be tied to the thing that we called and invented called, and it has to be tied to it in a digital way. Our needs changing the landscape in what the demand is. So you have to have a demand in order to have. There's no demand, then there's no. These things are important. Like
this is what make a market. This what makes a free market. This what dictates prices. And this is the reason why everything is down. Because this free market has been stagnated and people are unsure, risk on assets, scared. Like, fuck this. If Bitcoin could go down 60%, this is the problem. This is what everybody's trying to figure out. They're not trying to figure out where to be safe. This is what everybody fails to realize. They're trying to figure out how to take the 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 smallest loss. You understand? Like everybody knows that they're gonna take a hit. They just know that they just don't want to take a 80% hit. They don't want to take a 60% hit. So they're trying to figure out where they can move and maneuver so they could take a 20% hit, a 30% hit. Anything's better than what's about to come. Because the market is too overvalued. So you can't really go anywhere. And the dollar's worth shit. So it's like, yo, you really can't do anything. You could buy gold.
Too many. It's because the ability and power to leverage their power to find sums of. That's really what's it here. I mean, if it's all digital shit,
Well, they understood. Well, think about this. Think about this logically. When did Robinhood was created?
When what?
You remember when Robinhood was created?
Oh, the app. Yeah, it was like, I don't know, like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
No. Hold on, Robin.
Stash. Had stash. What was a minute ago? I'm just guessing.
Founded in 2013. So 2013 it was founded, right? That's the day that they let any average investor invest. So remember, before you had to be a stockbroker, you had to be a stock investor, you had to be something, you had to have something. Now they ever since Robinhood came out, which was in 2013, they let the average pleb invest. Why do they do that? Because they are at the maximum capacity. We're at the 100th year, the 150th year, and not even. We're gonna be celebrating this July 4th our 250th year as United States. So we're at this contractionary phase, and I think that they opened up those floodgates of having the average plebs invest because now they all think that they're geniuses. They understand the theory of the market. So now everybody who's been investing since 2008 thinks they're a motherfucking genius because the market has just been going up. But realistically, they've been printing and debasing the dollar, and the market hasn't even passed the threshold of 2008. Well, it's just getting over that threshold. So it's like a cup and handle all the way up to 2008. What chart guys call a cup and handle. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are not adjusting for the inflation and realizing that we're still in that 2008 mechanism. And if that bubble comes busting down right now, all they're doing is feeding the exit ramp and you're stuck holding the bag at the very, very top of this bitch. They know when to get back in. So they understand this whole format and this game plan, and this is why learning how to truly invest and not to be like, yo, just hodl and just keep on buying the dip and doing this, because everybody's a fucking genius until the market takes the money back. And when the market takes the money back, now you look like now you look like an idiot, meaning that you didn't do your motherfucking research, which means that you just got wasted for all that time. And the whole part of the market is to steal time from you, and you're supposed to steal the money from it. So people's logic is backwards, and they're like, "Oh, I got it," and Bitcoin frees me. Well, to be honest, right now, Bitcoin has been appreciating in inflation. So if it takes another leg down into the 74,000 range, or even into the 56,000 range, oh, bro, what inflation did Bitcoin beat?
Hours?
Yeah, hourly inflation. That shit is fucking creep. That shit is creeping up on their ass quick as possible. So, like I said, man, there's a lot of bullshit that goes into this shit. And non-investors that didn't want to learn this shit, that just wanted to sit in a Bitcoin echo chamber and just be like, this is the reason. And there's only 21 million and it's inevitable to go up. But inevitability is here already. And now there is no demand. There's nobody that says, I need it. I need it.
Right.
So therefore, they keep on trading it and they keep on milking it. And as long as investors are willing to invest into it, then they're gonna keep on milking those investors. And they've been showing this to people all week. This whole week, Bitcoin will take a whole weekend to pump up to 5%. On a Monday, it would take the whole 5% back in like less than 8 hours. So it takes a week for you to fucking get amped up, and then it takes it away from you in fucking 5 hours.
I mean, wouldn't this be a good position for a scalper, like somebody that day trades?
That's the point of Wall Street.
See that shit.
That's the point of Wall Street. If you understand the trade, then this is it for you. As a trader, Bitcoin is everything every trader dreamed of. The volatility is about to be here. So now,
this is going to be a good opportunity to trade.
Yeah, this is the trader's paradise.
There's going to be a lot of volume and shit.
Until we suck out all the volume, and then we build it back up. Then we'll build it back up. Then when everybody's dying and they're like, yo, fuck Bitcoin, and you see the biggest Bitcoiner like Derek Floss over here talking about, yo, you know what, man? I don't think Bitcoin is what it is. I might start using Monero. That very second, Bitcoin will start pumping. And everybody will be like, no, I'm gonna stick to my principles. And then when Bitcoin's back at 50K, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna just get some Bitcoin again. And they're gonna let the hopium come back. And it's easy to control them with price manipulation appreciation on these charts. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's drinking the same Kool-Aid. You gotta be a man to be looking at this shit and being like, you know what? We're at a high. Let me sell. Because if you come in here in Corny Chat, everybody was telling you, yo, 200K is inevitable. Inevitable.
It's inevitable.
and it's not. All right, bro. Do your thing.
No, I'm good. I'm been doing that.
Yo, what up, big? Morning, bro.
How's everybody? Morning. You swear. Sounds like a. You almost sounded like it.
Man, we just chatting it up. I'm trying to put him on. I think Sai was learning some things today. Yeah, good hours.
Yeah. Waiting for production.
An hour and 47 minutes. This is great.
This is why I was always trying to post a note on Nostr, because I just like, sometimes you just sit and chill. And when I'm at work doing the shit I do at the shipyard, I get chat with people, and it's nice to be able to talk to somebody smart.
Yeah, I noticed that Bitcoin started going down and everybody just started disappearing. And I'm like, made me second guess everything. So I'm just like, I take it for what it is. Actions speak louder than words.
Everybody's feeling poor, so
They put in for their McDonald's application. I ain't want to say that shit, but
imagine having.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because people are losing their creativity, and then that's what makes HODL mindset so bad, because they're like, yo, just put in for it, just work your whole entire life and put in. One day you're gonna be free. Don't sell me that one day. I'm trying to be free tomorrow, just like everybody else.
Well, it's disproportionate, man. Too many people slid out of the job. Like there was this proportionate viral, and so many people have managed to achieve these levels that it's decreasing the amount of people that actually do the work. Wealth creation is fucking nuts, right? So it's going to be disproportionate, right? You're going to, the more that you allow wealth to go upstream to the tip of the pyramid, the greater the amount to be represented in order to substantiate all that get down. So, and I believe in trickle down economics. I believe that's bullshit, and where reserve. these are like the points for me: the fractional reserve, what they call trickle down cyclical debt. What are some of the other ones? I don't like the fact that it can be invented from nothing. Fraud and leakage there's just something, and then it's like a gated community, and the size of the lot, the people living inside the gated community, getting smaller, and and they're leaving all these, and there's only one node left. All the rest of the gated communities are, and they're the last in civilized living because they have, and the amount of people on the outside is increasing. Like, yeah, I mean, like this is only gonna one way. This can't continue. It's not going to. Like they say for 9 years revolution, and I'll tell you that it's 1 meal away from fucking war. Like you starve a human being, and it doesn't matter who they are. It could be the most pussy motherfucker you ever met. They're definitely gonna hit you with a bait. You won't even swing their fist because they're shook. If you starve their ass, will somehow become like a fucking Bruce Lee, like almost back into their
Yeah, you pull out the animalistic, the primal in you, like and shit,
Yeah,
and people ain't used to that. That's when the brain malfunctions.
That little timid lady that, she would never even flinch at you physically. She's just gonna wait until you turn your back, and then she's gonna club you over your fucking skull with, your 3 pound on your wall unit when you would pull out baby photos. That are in your gold family encrusted fucking shit as rubbing your toilet, and you offer her. You're gonna bend over to go show off your wealth, and she's gonna go over the back of your fucking head and kill you. Eat the rich.
Nah, it's crazy, bro. But that's what it is, man. Like that's it, man. Like we just got to start waking up and realizing that we're in this little mechanic of them trying to survive, like a worldwide, mechanic of them trying to survive. Everybody, they're trying to dictate where the power is going.
Yeah, group wants is fending for themselves viciously. People are, poor people are, and everybody's at one another because everybody's being divided and conquered in one level or another.
Yeah, they love it. They're like, oh yeah, I love being submissive.
Yeah, you definitely got to go against it if you're going to accomplish.
But man, this 10-day, 10-day, I'm so hyped. That 10-day look crazy. That 6-day look crazy. It looks like we about to get paid off of Bitcoin's misery.
Wager? What am I investing in?
Yeah, 5 days.
On the price 5 day on Bitcoin go up.
Oh yeah, Bitcoin's gonna go up in the next 5 days, sure. Like, what's I mean, 95, 96 is an area. If it breaks through with any volatility, like I don't think that it's gonna stick. So if you're lucky to see anything near 100K, I ain't telling you what to do, and this ain't financial advice, but I would definitely take some profits, baby. Take some fucking profits.
Yeah, what is that, 6%?
Like, bro, because I'll show you my charts right now, man. I'll give you the exclusive.
What was the question be? What were you asking? Yeah, you asked the question.
That's how it goes, though. Look, in the chat, I just posted this. What is this? This is the 6-day chart, right? I'll post a 10-day chart too. So, right now, that green is the money flow. This is what I always preach to everybody for years that I've been here. That money flow dictates it. And this is a higher time frame. Like I could take it onto the weekly too. The 10 days more than a weekly. So that's just letting you know that weekly is definitely coming down. So we got the 6-day, we got the 10-day, both loaded up. That zero line, that money flow is at the 0 line for the 6-day and just at the 1 line or 2 line for the 10-day, right? What is that, 10-day? I want to give out some accurate. It's at 3 for the 10-day. VWAP is above its head, meaning it's above the 0 line. And when that shit comes down, from the 0 line, that means that it's going to form a red dot and bring us a little bit of volatility towards the downside. And with that and the money flow going towards the green, going towards the red at that same time, it's gonna be litty.
If I could do this. How do I put a image in there?
You need a link.
See the note, the paper airplane icon.
Yeah, you want to on the
Image. In the text.
should be
Like off the end of the screen.
to the left.
No.
If you're set up,
Maybe it's
You
like
go
that.
be wilderness. Settings.
Big flow. Image BB, free image. I just wanted to show prolific the screenshot. My files. Good looking. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Range. There you go. Paper. There it is. Cool. I needed to know how that worked. I think I might take the code that Rick used for this Corny Chat, take a page, 90% of the React. I'm going to put it on the second button. That screenshot is the that's the dashboard page, which is the third button. Looks like where is something. Don't blame me, blame the Lucid icon for their shitty dashboard icon. I just thought you'd appreciate the little chart. Little world coin. It was not easy to get food in there.
Oh shit, okay.
And I didn't like code or
Use my referral code, yo. Everybody, that's another scam. Everybody's scamming the fuck out of people. Use my referral.
I didn't use like their source code.
Oh, you made that?
A widget. Well, yeah. Every little dot in there, all the way through, I did. Me or not. We didn't use no images from nobody.
Oh shit, that's dope.
Framework. A little bit, even if I can CSS, we didn't use like Tailwind or none of that shit.
So what are you guys building?
It's, so it's for a group of people that they all have a bio, but it doesn't document. It just shows that they're a real person stored on their phone like a key.
Okay.
And we built them like a Twitter. They can use little proof that they're in. Get in, made them their own Twitter, and so they can zap each other their little coins too.
Oh, I like
And
that.
there's
That's
millions. There's millions of like I caught a lot of bullshit because it wasn't Bitcoin trading.
cute. Mm-hmm.
I basically just made a knot from scratch. It's for a different group of people, and the people all have little biometrical proof stored on their.
So it's like a KYC. I forgot what they call it, but yeah, they KYC.
Zero knowledge proof.
Yep,
Zero
yep, yep.
knowledge proof.
Zero
You're
knowledge
proving
proof.
that you are, say you are. Well, do you know the password to Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet? Yes. Well,
Yep.
tell it to me.
Yep.
Instead of telling them, you log into the account and show them. Show them that you knew the password, but without showing them your password.
Brilliant.
It's called a zero knowledge proof. So I don't really. It don't matter to me like if somebody gets all, oh well, that's WorldCoin and still built it. And copy all fucking fiat jobs. That's all my shit. You know what I mean?
Jeff.
I built that. So, you. You won't be laughing when I get funding.
Yeah. Yo, just don't pay nobody no attention, especially in the Bitcoin community, because they're just sitting around with a ledger or a code card underneath their fucking pillow thinking that they're going to wake up one day and be rich.
Trust me, I don't. Oh shit, my phone is working. I need to set a clock.
Yo, there was literally dudes in the other community that I got so pissed that they went from Smash by Weekly to Smash by Daily at the top.
They changed their name.
Yo, and they were buying every day, bro. And they had all their little cronies buying $10,000, $20,000 at the top. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cute. You guys are cute.
It's a good little group.
Yeah, they were like, oh, send me your Bitcoin. I'll buy it all off you. I can't. Because we're already profiting off of it. Crazy. While they taking that L, we getting paid on it.
Yeah. When you click dark mode and light mode, fucking transition effect. Dope too, man.
You got
Like
dope.
it doesn't snap. It like the colors don't instantly go from white to black. It's like an instant snap. When you hit dark mode, it like slowly phases in. Different shit becomes the time. It's called a transition effect. A dope UI. I like it. I'm wondering if I should do all the paid TV talk.
Yo, son, TVs talk these days. That's what I'm saying. AI, fuck you doing over here? You know you ain't supposed to be creating no shit like that. Like, you like, yo, what the fuck? Who you talking to?
The Chinese decided to spy on me with their Internet of Things virus.
I got a Chinese robot that cleans my crib. I'm like, yo, I love you. But I know she be sending data back to them. Like, yo, yeah, this how they living.
Show you a picture of a note I posted on my platform.
Yo, B Square, what's the knowledge today, God? What we talking about? What's today's mathematics? Mathematics. What's today's mathematics? Yo, bro, Bitcoin taking that liquidity. You think that is gonna come down and come back and grab the liquidity back down at 88, yeah, 88,000?
make too many future connections. If I was good, but I would
Oh my, yeah, that
have
is
told
true.
them,
Waza, waza, waza. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But yeah, there is a full possibility that we could definitely go up and grab that liquidity around like 95,745. I feel it, bro. I feel it too, bro. That's good. Yo, that's what's up, bro. Yo, I love the hopium that everybody got in the Bitcoin community. 2026 is going to be an epic year, but I don't think it's going to be epic for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But yo, get it while you can, bro. Like, yo, I think we're going up, man, right now. I think we're going up for real. 97, 95, 97. Like, yo, it's a possibility right now. A little bit of money on the table.
yeah, it doesn't. Smash 200K.
I just need to move this thing.
Wait, what?
That's
What high 500s?
Really, your point. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of a lot of
A lot of capital inflow.
figure out where that comes.
Um,
And that's what
Smoke insurance?
Yeah. Oh, Bitcoin.
bearish on.
Yeah, very much because I fucking suck, man. I mean, it's getting out of control. The fucking greed. The greed is just getting out of backing as well as a fucking wealth, as well as all kinds of shit. Like it's like the cheese is sliding off the whole crap.
You guys know that new
Wolf of Wall Street. I wonder what the nigga room did, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
greed is not do greed is still
I voted a second scheme. I figured out that the
Nice thing.
robots on Walmart.
Oh yeah, the robot's litty.
What's going?
Yo.
Yeah. 2026.
Uh-huh.
What is the chance that even just
2026, I will put it at 5%. I will put it at 5%. Like if we're in an area of catastrophic phase, but obviously the demographic is not looking at Bitcoin currently.
yeah, that's not what I hear. All I hear.
Well, nah, there is a chance. I mean, listen,
So you're saying there's a chance?
yo, listen, I'm the only one that I know of that got Bitcoin tattooed out in the public. You know what I'm saying? So like, I can't hide it unless I go get a laser tag. So if this shit fails, then I look like the biggest idiot. You know what I'm saying? So I always got to protect myself. Because I know Bitcoiners are just gonna walk away and be like, I never touched that with a 10-foot pole. I knew it was a fucking scam the whole time.
is a scam.
It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're buying the HODL dream, I believe that it's a scam. If you're buying that it's a utility. It's a horse that makes you money. It's one of the most volatile horses that can make you money. Then yeah, you're 100% right. But anything else after that, you need proof. And just because the fucking government says that they're gonna fucking confiscate it doesn't mean that they're gonna buy it. Listen, when I become bullish, yo, I'll let y'all know, and I swear to God, y'all gonna be like, yo, he was right, bro, because I already called the top. I already told everybody 109. Y'all should be a little bit careful. Anything after 109 is, I would consider that as exit liquidity. So if you didn't sell above 109, and trust me, I did all types of shit, bro. Like I went and gave out my theory on a nice stage. There was like 5,000 users and everything in there. I gave out my theory. Everybody looked at me. They hit me with their battles and their little concerns, and I was able to diffuse it all. But nobody believed, and now we're here. We're at the little bear market, and like I said, man, that money flow. The money flow right now. Pick a time frame, 10-day. What you want, the weekly? What you want, the 6-day? Like, man, the money flow is leaving rapidly, and that's a huge concern because last time we did that was April 2022. So my data's pretty accurate. So I do wish the Bitcoin community luck, but I am going to snag up a shit ton of Bitcoin when I start seeing that people are treating it as it should be. But this hopium of buying it at the top at 100K, oh, I feel so bad for the 100K buyers. Like they used that before to prop it up, to be like, look, I bought at 100K, like I'm the man, like this is cheap. And then it's gonna drop 60%, and people are gonna be like, I should have bought all this right now. Like that's when it was cheap. Bitcoin creates a lot of FOMO. It makes people feel like you're missing out on the biggest thing that was ever created. But this been in human history for years. Everybody felt like they even felt like they missed out on the tulip craze. So like you just gotta understand human psychology is just not there. And people refuse to look at logic. And even now, what is the logic of Bitcoin going up to $1 million? Please tell me. That means that we would have to have 15 trillion dollars injected into Bitcoin.
I would say if the joint gave a 5%. You said already. I'll take 5%. All day.
Hey, listen, I get it, bro. I get it. I get it. I'd rather you take it at 50%, 60%. That way, you get more bang for your dollar, but fuck it. I think you should mortgage your house at this point. You know what I'm saying? Just go all in because the 5% is real.
Ready all in.
He said, I'm knee deep already, bro.
I went to a Bitcoin. It was really interesting. Interesting.
Huh?
Interesting country. Yeah. Culture. Very. Yeah. Felt that.
Yeah, shit's getting crazy in the hood, but I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic that the hood is getting crazy. Diamond hands must be tested. I don't believe y'all. You need more people.